Hi and welcome. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. I'm a little late working with the chroma key, trying to get me not to be silver and my hair not to be green. I'm green. I think that was Kermit the Frog's favorite song. All right, we're here. Here we are. Made it. And I needed to get outside, right? I needed the outdoors. So and the illusion of outdoors. We're going to be doing some oracle readings for each of the elements today. But first, let me intro myself. Elaine Marolakos Edelson with Astrology Mojo. Want to help you get your mojo back. And in these very strange times, we can do it. I know we can. Because we're all being guided and directed inward. And if you're new to me and you don't know that I say that in astrology, the planets don't do anything to you. No, they do not. The sun and moon, however, are not planets. It's a different relationship that we have to them. But in astrology, when the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets do reflect that by way of aspects and angles in an astrological chart. So you can decipher your talents, your blessings, your challenges, your opportunities, the open doors, the closed doors, based on your celestial lab report. That's what I like to look at it as. Okay? So, it's a very helpful tool. So, yes, hi, Elizabeth here, and Ronnie's here, and come join us and say hello. And please share the news. Pass my word along and my videos so that I can help more people. Would love to. And if you're missing this now, you can catch me in a replay here on Facebook, or eventually I upload all my stuff to YouTube, which we're going to be growing that channel as well eventually. And there it is. That's the housekeeping for today. Let's talk about the elements in astrology, okay? The elements, what are they? Well, just so happens, I can help you with a screenshot. The 4 elements in astrology are water, earth, air, and fire. And the basic behavioral traits of earth would be very loyal and grounded, or also very stubborn. The behavioral traits of air signs would be very thoughtful, networker, someone who has a lot of information to share, but also very scattered. So we all go through highs and lows, right? The basic elements and behavioral traits of a water sign would be fluidity, knowing how to roll with it, really go with it. Very sensitive and intuitive, but very aloof as well. And then the basic behavioral traits of a fire sign would be spontaneous, champions causes, but then can be childish and or too impetuous or impatient. So when you look at the basic traits of a sign, you look at, or the elements, you look at your makeup. What is your sun, rising, and moon? So your sun sign may be, well, let's look. Who do we have here? Elizabeth, sun sign Pisces, rising sign Gemini. So there's a lot of thought, intellect. There's a lot of emotion and sensitivity. There's a lot of feeling state, right? So you have to mix it up because we're not just one thing ever. Hi, Candace. Hi, Christina. So we're going to be doing, let me just get rid of that. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So I needed some background outside, greenery, and of course my hair is tinged now with green. So let's get on with the show. It's dry here. Oh, okay. Now, I don't know where you are in the world, but this week coming up, especially around the 30th of July, Neowise, the satellite, comet, yes, is going to be quite visible in the northwestern sky. So if you can get to a place without a whole lot of street lights and ambient atmosphere, and get out there, and if it's not cloudy, you'll be able to see it streaking through. It won't be back for another 6,500 years or something like that. So might as well see it now while you can. Candace likes the background. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, we're going to start with the earth signs, okay? Now, what I did was I worked with the runes this morning, and also with Colette Baron Reed's, hang on, where is it? Enchanted Map deck, Oracle deck. So I did a combo, and so each sign got one of each element, I should say. So if you are an earth sign, sun, rising, or moon, of course, this is going to apply to you, and that would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we're going to start with the earth signs now. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, sun, rising, moon. And I pulled, whoopsie, I have to find it. There it is. The Golden Palace, which looks like the background here. And this is Dagu's rune. And this represents breakthrough. See that? Breakthrough. Or a bow tie. So breakthrough in the Golden Palace. So earth signs, what does that mean? Well, let me just check my notes. We're looking at authenticity here, earth signs. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. Authenticity. And if you can start to erase attachments that you have to anything, to an old ideology, belief system, expectations, what you thought you knew, we need to be relearning, earth signs. We need to be relearning. I know you get very grounded. Now, each of you has a different way of processing. Capricorn is guided by Saturn, and that makes you looking to help to heal, but through an ambitious way. So you will be much more proactive. Taurus is much more laid back, guided by Venus, and really, hangs on to those old emotions, especially the ones that led you to trauma. And Virgo is, I can study that. Virgo is a very mutable energy, so even though it's an earth sign, I can study that. I can do that. I can try that. But, you got to watch the persnickety. You got to watch it didn't work. And then blanket statement. It will never work again. So it's about earth signs. This is really about radical trust and looking at the darkness is behind you. And if you're still carrying it with you, why? Why are you still carrying the darkness with you, earth signs? And maybe it's because you're learning to let it go and to have radical trust. What does that look like, earth signs? If you had radical trust, would you pay attention more to your feelings and then stop believing the negative and start enacting the positive? What was the darkness? Was it an illness? Was it betrayal? Earth signs? Was it fear of not being able to actualize those dreams and feel secure? Earth signs like to feel a little bit more secure in, we've got some in the bank, we're okay for now. What do we do? What do we do next? Let's look forward. But if you're carrying the fear with you of not being able to, eradicate anything that says it's just going to repeat itself. It's just, why bother changing? You can't do anything. Okay, that's an old belief that really you need to erase at this time. So I'd like to see you have a breakthrough. That's what Daggoo's, where are you? That's what Daggoo's represents, the breakthrough. So if you can look at your polarity, earth signs, look at each side of this looks the same, right? But there is a reverse. Ha 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 ha. What's the reverse? Well, look behind you. What don't you really believe? But yet you still act like you do. Okay, so as an example, let's say you have a friend, a longtime friend, and you've always been able to rely on them, or so you thought. And you express yourself to them, and you share with them how you feel, and they don't help you. Because you have an expectation that if you just said, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, or I'm so, and you want them, because you would, earth signs, you would say, what can I do? Let me come over, let me bake you something. I know social, personal distancing, I'll leave it at the front door, But if they don't come back your way, were they really that close to begin with? And so then you start to examine your darkness regarding expectations in friendships. Or if it deals with money and you say, well, I've put aside a certain amount of money and, I've had to restructure a lot of business and the way I work, etc. So I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm just going to have to figure it out. I'm just going to have to do something. Well, maybe I could take what I know and put it online. So that requires a learning curve. And some of you will be able to do that. And some of you will resist that. And others of you are feeling like the same thought is recurring, earth signs, the same thought. The golden palace has to do with, it's not so much about physical material wealth. It's about where does the wealth come from? If you're the magnet, earth sign, if you're the magnet for everything in your world, you work hard, you study, you actualize, you realize, you put it out there, and you get something back. But before you even do anything, what happens is in here, you have a belief, and that belief system sets the tone for the pathway that you're on. So, it's about, radical trust is about going within and erasing the things that led you to believe that it was about money, that it was about them, that it was about something outside yourself and outside your control, because it's about facing what you cannot control. Let's all breathe, earth signs. And the golden palace eventually will result in riches coming your way. Health, wealth, passion, purpose. But you got to go back to go forward. Does that make sense? Just let me know if that makes sense. All right, we're going to move on to air signs in just a second. Let me just check in with everyone. Hi, Christina. Today's your birthday, Kathleen. Everybody, let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathleen. And you know the rest. Well, have a piece of cake on us, or 2 pieces, and enjoy your day, because it sets off your entire year. This is your new year. Your birthday is your new year. Woo! Breakthrough, yes, Elizabeth says. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, now we're going to move on to air signs. Air signs include the following: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. People think Aquarius is a water sign because the old ancient depiction is a man emptying a jug of water called the water bearer. Aquarius, let's erase. Okay, I took that clue, and as I'm working on my Astro Masterclass, I am a Taurus and a Capricorn rising, double Earth. And the old definitions don't always apply because they were made in times when other things didn't exist. So when, let's say, I just interrupted myself. We'll get back to you in a second, air sign. But when Aquarius was deemed the water bearer, there was no electricity. There were no computers, no telephone. So now I call Aquarius the bearer of currents, and they are a they, not a he, okay? A they, which encompasses all of humanity. They bear the currents: water, air, electricity. Okay, now air signs. It's about you. And the air signs are, what did I say? You know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so what I pulled for you, this was fun. I'd never pulled this card before. This is called Spark, but it came out reversed. Spark. It actually came out sideways. So that tells me you're right in the middle of the change. So it's a very beautiful card called Spark. Woman playing a violin. There's a lot of red passion in it. And then the Berkana card came out, and this also came out sideways. It's typically like the letter B. And Berkana in the runes is growth. And the spark is all about, passion. But since it came out sideways, I'm going to talk about the part air signs, air, sun, rising, and moon signs, okay? Are you feeling burnt out? Are you feeling burnt out? Vegemite vitamin. No. If and this is also air signs. This is about you being too much in your head about what do they need versus what do I need? And no, it's my turn. Or it's, no, I should give to them first. So if you're stuck in that polarity where you're giving, remember, this is also in this time frame what we talked about the other day. It's the sun is opposite Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. So, and they're all retrograde. So that's the internal mechanisms of fear, of structure, of ambition, of abundance, expansion. But on the negative side, it's fear. It's just fear. So the sun in Cancer is helping to pull it out of everyone. What's the fear? What's the thing? What's the problem? And so air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, when I look at Spark and Berkana, both coming out kind of sideways, it's you're testing the waters, creating that bridge to the future, and realizing that you can future project a situation where in the past it was one thing, but as you look forward, you can say, no, I'm going to have a different outcome. I cannot control others, and it's not my job to control others' air signs. And it's not my job to preempt others. Oh, they're never going to change. They're never going to change. Or, I know exactly what she needs. Are you sure? Maybe she's changed. Maybe so that part of you that wants to give, it turns into control to manipulate the group or being told by the group, you can't do that. And you're saying, why? Why can't I do that? And they're saying, because it doesn't work. And you're saying, but I want to see if it works for me. So the needs of the self versus the other. This is where the stagnation is in the growth right now. So if you have, if you're having a relationship issue or, no, it's with people. It's people. The people. Air signs. I think it's time to get out of your head. Get visceral. Hang out with some earth signs, some water signs. Hang out and just be without trying to figure it out, without trying to manipulate or control it. You can't. You can direct your actions and that's it. Whatever you're creating in your world with work, with relationships, with projects, you can think about the next steps, but things are going to happen because we got 5 retrogrades and 3 eclipses in play. Things are going to happen that are going to make you say, wait a minute, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So then you abandon it completely or you are abandoned by others when you're saying, okay, let's go. We can keep doing it. Let's try it a different way. And they're saying, no, it's not going to work. So this extreme between the head and the heart right now, air signs, is I want you to feel, and this reading is for a couple of weeks, so it's not just today, okay? I want you to weigh your needs versus their needs and find this semblance of alignment where you give a little, you ask a little in return, or you allow yourself to receive a little. Give a little, allow yourself to receive a little. Okay, and then I want you to move out of thought process at least 10 minutes an hour and go into a feeling state. Sing a song, jump rope. You know the pattern interrupts I have given you time and time again. That's clap your hands 5 times. Stops the brain from what? It's like it's an on-purpose squirrel maneuver. Jump up and down 5 times. Burst into song 5 times. It's burst into song for 5 seconds. It's a way to stop the past from regurgitating and the mind focus on the future, okay? So that we are right here, right now, air signs. Because you want to be visceral right now in your simplicity. What does that mean? You know, sometimes words come through me and I have to think about them. I have to become an air sign and go, what did you just say to me, universe? I want you to feel your passion, but without having to overthink it, without having to draw a diagram. I spoke with a Gemini client yesterday, actually a double air sign. And they have to do something in a few weeks that they're not really happy about. And I said, well, and they said, any suggestions? And I said, sure, me? Yeah. You could try this, or this. I said, but bottom line is, what does that bring up in the way of fear? Doesn't it remind you of a relationship you had when you were 6 years old? And they went, oh, yes. I said, okay, let's go there. Okay, air signs, you know what you can do? Feel more instead of trying to think it and control it. Weigh the difference between what they need, what you need, and then come to a place of harmony with it. Does that make sense? I hope so. Amy just arrived in time. Hi, y'all. Hello. Elizabeth says, LOL. I don't know at what point that applied to, but I'm glad I made you laugh. Okay. A little dry. Oh, and there's fires burning somewhere, so out here. Yikes. Okay, so water signs, we are moving on. Well, we're moving on up to the east side. The compass, water signs. Oh, water signs include Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So this applies to Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon signs. Here we go. The compass. Oh, Okay, that reminds me of somebody I once knew who dated someone I once knew. And she went through a spiritual overhaul upheaval. And she wasn't sounding very practical. And then she broke up with this guy that she was seeing. And it wasn't funny. It was actually very sarcastic and passive aggressive. But this was, I don't know, 20 years ago. But now I'm thinking of it and I'm laughing. So as a goodbye letter in retaliation, I see it. He sent her a gift and it was a compass. And he said, I hope you find your way. But this little story has nothing to do with you, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. Because this compass also is accompanied by Soelu, and that sounds like a word in Avatar. And Avatar is one of my favorite movies. Make the bond. Jake, Sully, make the bond. Okay, so here's what you got to do. Focus your energy on true north. Your compass. Where is your true north, water signs? Where? And I would say, I chant a lot, and especially with David Primo and Mitten. And And I also chant with some others. And one is an Eastern Indian guy. I'm sorry, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. But when he does the Gayatri, oh, and by the way, the Suelu really is a lot about finding that focus, that territory, new territory of expansion. It's a voyage inward. Yes, we're taking a voyage now, water signs. We're going inward. And so I want you to think about your movement of energy. Where does it go? If this is yet on me, then why does it go? I think that's from Braveheart. And aren't you a brave heart? Yes, you are water signs, because right now you are expanding. But what are you expanding into? This is new territory, because you might have been working so hard. Yeah, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get that done. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to get that done. And suddenly you're there. You've been there for weeks, and you turn around and you go, oh, the thing I've been manifesting and wanting and dreaming and okay, it's here now. So how am I supposed to be? Well, I'll just be me. I gotta be, and I'm not going to sing that. Okay. But the movement of energy, you can't control or manipulate. I'm seeing a thread here through the earth, the air, and the water right now. No manipulation can do anything. It's not about acquiring stuff, water signs. It's about looking at the territory ahead and saying, I think that's a place where we bought pants for Dean once, the territory ahead. Anyway, it's about looking at the territory ahead and saying, I really am in a new place. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I got this. The Gayatri. Om Bhua Bhuva Svaha Tatsaveturvarehiniam Bargo Devasya Demahi Yohuyo Na Prachaundayat. And what does it mean? It means, well, many things, but basically earth, cosmos divine, the silent all from which all things come, the beauty, people, the body, mind, spirit, the truth, the light, that capital T, source is divine, and we accept the divine light. That's the Virgo. And then it is really about the truth is one. It's not about a separate God. It is, we meditate on the divine. And so now you're being asked to go inward and meditate a little bit more, water signs, onto whom and to what we offer. Our sovereignty, our collective energy, the enlightenment of who we are. All right, water signs? And that movement of energy is as simple as a meditation, being thoughtful before acting or responding, feeling, yes, you typically feel anyway. So now it's about not being reactive, not being a defensive, water signs, but remember to bring that idea of I am energy first, and in the energy flow, it's a constant vortex. I change bodies, I change ideas, I change gender, I change my clothes, I change my beliefs. But at the center of the vortex is a pinnacle, and that point is your awareness. And that's your compass right now. It's like, where's your true north? Do I have my compass? I don't. Wait. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I keep it here. Where is it? Okay, well, I can't find it. But whatever your true north is right now, water signs, it's important, Cancer, that you realize you have overcome that big hump. Now it's about pacing it and not going to extremes. And then for Libra, it's about realizing that your thoughts make up, and your feelings make up your next moment. So you need to really align that. And then Scorpio, you cannot control them. You can't. You can put all the force and power into the project, but you can't make them hear you do or listen, anything. You can't make them do anything. So what you can do is turn it in. Remember, Capricorn, all these Capricorn planets in retrograde, it's coming back at you to say, let's just ground a little bit and open up a blank map. You are now the cartographer. Where would you like to go? Be specific. How would you like to get there? Be specific. And with whom? Be specific. All right, water signs, does that make sense? I think that's really beautiful. And the streams of light that you are, that you think, that you feel, they need to coincide. And then as you project them, you start to create matter. Aren't you magical? Wow, I'm really impressed. I wish I were a water sign. Okay, fire. Fire sign. We're just going to get right into it. All right, I pulled the opening. It's opening, but it was closed. I'm sorry, we're closed for business. I got Cano reversed, which represents opening, and also the rescue card. Rescue me. Okay, rescue, and opening, which was closed. So what does that mean? Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, sun, rising, and moon. Okay, your intentions need to be really clear when it comes to another person or a group of people. And maybe right now you're thinking, I don't know how I want to be with this group or with this person. I don't know how I want to express. I don't know if what I'm doing is what they're approving of, or, screw them. I'm going to do it anyway. Or I can't make that person heal and they might be leaving the planet. Or I can't make myself heal and I should tell other people, yeah, I might be leaving the planet. Or fire signs, might be trying to help them. Okay, we need to calm that down, right? There's an ending happening here with this closure and the rescue card, with the opening being closed and the rescue card. You cannot save someone. You cannot make someone hear you. You cannot tell someone how to heal emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually if they're not asking. It doesn't work. Or the lifestyle. It may be time to look at your significant other and say, the reason I attracted you into my life is because, and then you list those reasons, right? Or it could be they come to you and they say, I'm just not happy anymore and I want out. Ouch. Or it could be you have worked so long for a company, so hard, so well, so amazingly on point and present, and they say, we can't right now. We have to close shop through no fault of anyone except circumstance. And, so there's a grievous experience. You may have grieved the loss of a loved one from years ago, and then suddenly it comes back up and you're like, I thought I dealt with this. And fire signs don't like to deal with feelings, especially the crappy ones or the negative ones or the sad ones. So it might be time to find a neutral, empty Zen space. And I mean physically I'm a Leo moon, so I look at where do I go to meditate? And I've got several places. And this applies really in so many ways on a spiritual level for every fire sign. For Aries, it's you got to learn how to ask for help. and express yourself. So you may balk at the idea, Aries, Sun, Rising, and Moon, of counseling, or you may be in counseling, but all you do is go, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I did that last week. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, thanks. I'll talk to you next week. But you never really get to the emotional part. That's where you need to go. Sagittarius, it's finding that empty space and asking for help means not becoming attached to who's supposed to help you and why. So seek help elsewhere. Okay? And also know that and trust that asking an authority figure for help doesn't mean you know less. It just means that they know something in different words that's going to speak to you in a new language that will help provoke an aha. Okay? And then also with Leo, it's letting go of the past that still anchors you to your physicality. Maybe you got yelled at by mom, and anytime you hear someone raise their voice, you just go deaf, or you get nervous, or you get anxious, or you get angry, or whatever it was. Now, Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon, you got to clear out the space. Everybody, all the fire signs are clearing out the space and finding something neutral. And in that, you need to find safety in asking ultimately your higher self. And a higher self part of you is, the Ka. It is the absolute awareness. It is your ultimate highest soul evolvement. So have a conversation, fire sign, with your higher self, with your passed on loved ones. Do some journaling as you find that meditative space, and then start working on the stuff, like get it out. Dear mom, dear grandpa, dear auntie so-and-so, dear cousin la-la, and as you start to let it go and it comes up and you sob, and you, like I did the other day, and you sob, or you get angry, or you go, oh, it's okay. It really is. So if you can think of an emotional event that happened in your past, fire sign, that still carries a grief with it, like a sandwich you had yesterday. It was like, yeah, I ate that yesterday. No big deal. And I mean really, but you got to go there first. Find that empty space, that neutral empty space, and enter into a new contract with your higher divine self that says, from this moment forward, I am definitely going to be reviving my divine connection. So that before you act, think, or speak, you're tuning in. And really, I'm seeing that theme with all of the signs. To let go of attachments, to not control something, to let go of that thing that just keeps you attached to something that stops you from growing. Because the opening, the rescue and the opening, fire signs, the rescue is not about you taking care of others, ad infinitum. It's about a part of you that needs to be released. So just imagine that every single emotion that you have, you can group them like the anger feelings, the fearful feelings, the disappointed feelings, the sad feelings, the wounded feelings, the betrayed feelings. They all have little rooms inside your body, and they can't get out. You have the power to let them go. Maybe you want to talk to them. Dear sadness, it's been a while. How are you doing? And then use your opposite hand, and it's like, thanks for checking in. I can't stop crying. I've been crying for years. That backache you have? Well, that's me. So listen to your body, fire sign, because it's speaking to you right now about how to open the closed door. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I am going to be back on Monday. And we'll just do a kind of a quick overview of what's going on astrologically. But if you don't know where your planetary placements are, feel free to click the link that Dean posted in the chat room. And it's free. And with it comes a free sun sign reading. And then for only $37 more, you can actually get your personal life profile, and it brings you up to speed with everything that you are, and it lasts forever, anywhere from 35 to 45 pages, depending on you and your stuff, and what it feels like to be you, broken down in astrological terms. Sun, rising, moon, planetary placements, and then it comes with several bonuses, and that's Mercury in retrograde and moon void, I think, and tapping into your intuition. So it's really worth it. And that's one way to help also support me on this channel that I come to twice a week for free. So that's the grouping of the 4 elements. Once again, I'm just going to show you, if you showed up in the middle of it or toward the end, the elements in astrology are water, earth, air, and fire. And the readings today for those groupings are applicable through, I would say, 3 more weeks. Yeah, and then in August, there's going to be a whole different turnaround of stuff. But so use this energy, use this advice, use this information to help you get past go and where you've been stuck. Nope, that's me. I clicked the wrong one. I hope this has helped. And if you're just joining us, we gave oracle readings to each of the elements in astrology. You can always catch it back here on a replay in Facebook, or you can also eventually, in a week or so, see it up on YouTube with timestamps. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I want you to stay present. And remember that as everything is going on and ongoing, you have the power to change your body, mind, spirit connection, to be more present, to really activate your power in a way that says you can do something, and stop believing that say you can't, or stop believing, there's certain things, of course. If you jump off a building in the hopes of flying, gravity is going to end that theory. So I am talking about utilizing your thoughts and your emotions, bring them together. This is a time now to bring those places together so you have alignment and understanding, and then you open doors. Because it all comes from here. Everything in the outside world comes from here. Body, mind, spirit. All right, friends, folks, listeners, readers, and loved ones. Stay close to the heart. Be thoughtful. Express yourself with kindness and compassion. And I will see you again on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Be sparkly as always. I wish you peace. Thank you. Bye.